My name is Lisa, and I live with my parents and younger sister Liana in a family of 4. My sister Liana is adorable and excels in her studies and extracurricular activities. My parents have always doted on her. As for me, I found my own path and started living alone right after graduating high school. However, today I've returned home for the first time in years to announce my marriage.
Sis, it's you. Wow, it feels like it's been years since we last met. You're still dressing so plain as always.
Thanks for noticing. You haven't changed a bit either, Liana. This is my sister Liana. She hasn't changed a bit and still treats me with her blunt attitude. Not wanting to deal with it, I head to the living room, where...
What's this big news?
We don't have all day, so get to the point.
No way. Don't tell me you've become jobless and came back.
Didn't I tell you over the phone? I'm getting married. But we're planning to have the ceremony just by ourselves.
Just the two of you for the wedding? Normally, you'd invite your parents.
What will the neighbors think?
It's not that I didn't consider inviting the family, but the venue is far away. I'd feel bad making you travel all the way. Besides, you once said you wouldn't attend my wedding if I ever got married.
You're so gloomy. Why bring up something from the past?
Don't use old stories as an excuse.
I came to tell you now to avoid further complications. That's all.
But hey, if it's just the two of you, what about his family and stuff? Like, don't you do that thing where everyone sits in Siza and you give a whole bonito or something?
Are you talking about the engagement ceremony?
I don't know much about it, but if you're not doing that, isn't that a problem for social appearances?
That might be true.
Right. Liana is so smart.
But I want to know what kind of guy he is.
My parents were displeased about not being invited to the wedding, but Liana didn't seem to care much. However, she was curious about my fiancé. After her persistent questioning, all right, here he is.
Wait, that was too quick. I couldn't see, show me again.
Come on. You saw enough just now.
I couldn't see clearly, but he seemed kind of handsome. Send me a picture later.
Yes, do that. It's better to know what he looks like.
Right? If he's handsome, we should invite him over to our house sometimes for eye candy.
Oh, that's a good idea.
As his future in-laws, we should at least know what he looks like.
Okay, I got it. Now that I've told you about the marriage, I'll be heading back. I managed to finish the report. I thought that from now on, my family wouldn't have any reason to say anything to me. A few months after this report, I unexpectedly received a call from Liana.
Hey, sis, what are you doing right now?
What do you mean, what am I doing? Why are you calling all of a sudden and asking that?
Just answer my question. Today's your wedding day, right?
What are you talking about?
It's your wedding day, but the groom isn't supposed to show up. How does it feel to wait alone as the bride, even when it's time for the ceremony?
The groom? What do you mean?
Your groom-to-be cheated on you, that's what I mean. Right now, I'm at a hotel near the ceremony venue in Okinawa with your groom. The sea is so beautiful.
Excuse me?
You know, our parents are kind of influential, right? So, using their power, I sent your fiancé's picture to various venues to check.
Why would you do that? It's a nuisance to the venues. It's like spreading his face everywhere without permission. Can't you think before you act?
I've already found him though.
Wouldn't you hate it if someone did that to you?
I won't have that problem. Anyway, sis. Sorry for making today the worst day of your life.
Listen, Liana, you've been talking about this picture, but...
I even asked the venue staff, and there's no booking under your name. It felt strange at first, but maybe it's booked under the groom's name? That would make sense.
Wait, Liana.
So, take that.
Liana clearly had a misunderstanding. It seemed pointless to continue the conversation this way, so I decided to explain the real situation to her. Liana, you mentioned something about the sea being beautiful, but I'm actually at home right now.
What? Why?
Because we had our ceremony in Hawaii, combined it with our honeymoon, and have just returned. I'm just relaxing at home because I'm tired.
Why? Today is supposed to be your wedding day.
Hey Lisa, about the photo spread around the venue, could it be this one?
Wait, I heard a man's voice. What's going on?
Hey, Liana, you said Okinawa earlier, right? Are you at the KST hotel? Are you at their venue?
That's what I've been saying. I'm here for your wedding today. And I'm asking what's going on.
Then it must be him. Even though he knows Elora, my fiancé, is there. Ford has always been like this, the idiot.
This person is my fiancé, Noah. And the one with Liana is not Noah, but his cousin, Ford. The two are cousins but look so much like twins that they were often mistaken for each other in the past. Upon learning this fact, Liana.
This isn't a joke. What am I supposed to do with this situation now?
That's not my problem, Liana. You're the one who misunderstood everything.
Well, it's true that Ford and I look alike, but to spread his picture to venues and all. I can't believe you went to such lengths.
I thought I found him and was planning to marry him myself. Now my plan is ruined.
Why are you angry? It's your own fault, isn't it?
Shut up. You're so calm. Show some panic, will you?
Why should I? This has nothing to do with me. Why would I panic? Anyway, Liana, you should go and apologize properly. Liana, having misunderstood everything on her own, was making a fuss over the phone. As I told her, it had nothing to do with me, so I ended the call. A few days later, suddenly, Liana and our parents showed up at my house.
Lisa, how could you deceive Liana like this? What were you thinking?
Do you only care about your own happiness?
It's all because Sister Lisa didn't make things clear.
Excuse me? Why am I being blamed?
Exactly. This all happened because Lisa didn't properly introduce her partner.
That's why you should have had a proper ceremony here with the family.
I did talk about the ceremony when I visited home.
I don't understand this situation at all. What are you all so angry about?
Why am I the only one being blamed here?
Because you are the one at fault, Liana. And Ford has his fiancée Elora, you know? You should pay compensation to Elora.
Fiancé? I didn't know that. It's all your fault, sister. If anyone should receive compensation, it's me.
Exactly. Liana did nothing wrong.
Pay some compensation for Liana.
Wait a minute. What's going on here? You're all saying whatever you want. Not only to Lisa, but you're also troubling Elora, who's so kind.
Neither Liana nor our parents had any awareness of the trouble they had caused. They continued to insist that I was the one at fault. However, reality isn't so accommodating to such convenient narratives.
It's definitely Lisa's fault.
Don't you think it's your duty to wish for Liana's happiness?
Not really.
Don't get ahead of yourself by getting married before I'm happy.
The ones getting ahead are you people. I'll be demanding compensation from Ford and you.
What? Who are you?
I'm Elora, Ford's fiancée. I've heard all about your ridiculous antics from Ford. I won't forgive this.
Yikes.
Elora, it's not what you think. How many times do I have to explain?
Even if you explain 1,000,000 times, I'll never understand. Cheating while engaged. You're definitely paying compensation. If you try to run, I'll chase you to the ends of the earth.
Elora, you look so dignified even when you're furious.
It's refreshingly clear-cut.
Wait, Elora, you were supposed to be kind and demure.
I get angry when I need to. Don't mess around with me.
It's not like that. It was just a fleeting moment. I wasn't serious.
But you said I was the one.
You died with my daughter?
What a guy! We'll demand compensation from you.
That's not going to happen. You're the ones who meddled with Ford, who's engaged.
Ford and that woman over there, you both owe us compensation.
While Liana and our parents were complaining, Elora, Ford's fiancée, arrived with Ford. Ford had thought he wouldn't get caught because Elora was a gentle person. Elora is indeed kind and cheerful, but she's terrifying when angry. Ford was panicking and making excuses, and while I was astounded at his foolish behavior, the conversation turned.
It's all Ford's fault for approaching me in the first place. He shouldn't have talked to me just because I look like my sister.
Don't be ridiculous. You were the one looking for me. I just revealed myself to you, right?
Right? He came out on his own.
And then he came to me, all happy and smiling.
What do you think you're doing with our daughter?
I wasn't thinking anything. Seriously, trying to get with a guy who's engaged. What's wrong with your brains?
You're just as guilty, you idiot. And you and your parents, stop making these stupid excuses.
Trying to steal someone who's engaged. That's beyond low.
And trying to take your own sister's fiancé. Parents who agree with such thoughts are questionable. But now it's clear. Lisa and Noah are not at fault at all, and it's all your wrongdoing. That's settled.
Wait, Elora.
Hey, if the engagement is broken off, it doesn't matter anymore, right? Then Ford could marry our Liana without any problem.
Yes, if they break up, it's no problem.
Do whatever you want. But first, pay the compensation, okay? You understand that, right?
Trying to steer the conversation to benefit yourselves is pointless. It's fine to love your daughter, but when she's about to make a mistake, isn't it a parent's job to clearly show it's wrong and guide her to the right path?
You've done the worst thing in the world. First, understand that.
Elora was somewhat skeptical at first. It's natural to feel uneasy and see everyone as an adversary when faced with such a situation, especially when one's wedding is approaching. But having witnessed the situation, she understood that neither I nor Noah were at fault. You need to apologize to Elora properly.
Why should I? I didn't do anything that bad.
If you want to keep thinking that, go ahead. But remember, reality doesn't work that way. Have you forgotten already?
What are you talking about?
Liana and Ford, you both have to pay compensation for breaking off the engagement to Elora. Plus, the cost of canceling the wedding venue, accommodation expenses, and wasn't the honeymoon supposed to be a lavish trip to the Maldives in first class?
I was planning for a luxurious time.
And all those expenses are on you guys, you know?
That's impossible. I had nothing to do with it.
Liana has been doing bridal training at home and doesn't have any savings.
Well, so she's been a neat.
I can't believe how comfortably you live off your parents without any worries.
I told you, I was doing bridal training.
Liana stayed at home for us. She's a filial daughter.
That's one way to put it.
Oh, by the way, Mr. Leona's father, doesn't your company have a major client named MIK?
How do you know that?
Because my father is the president of that major client. And by the way, the chairman is my grandfather.
What?
So naturally, this incident will reach my father's ears, and all the deals will be canceled.
I've heard that Lisa's parents, being company presidents, are quite arrogant outside. But such behavior is questionable for a president.
Well, it can't be helped. You neglected the daughter of your parent company's president.
Why are you engaged to a woman from such a powerful company? You should have told us earlier.
As all wedding-related expenses had to be cancelled, it was only fair that Liana and Ford were responsible for these payments. However, they also had to pay compensation for breaking off the engagement, which left the four of them in a difficult situation.
I can't pay that much money. I'm sorry, sister. I promise I won't ever do anything like this again.
Liana, enough with the nonsense. You're apologizing to the wrong person.
I was wrong too. I never imagined things would turn out like this.
Some things are unforeseeable, right? So, please let us off this time.
Before imagining or not, you simply shouldn't do such things.
I'm going to marry Elora as planned, so please, just this once.
What? I can't hear you.
I'm sorry, Elora. It was all my fault.
Please, don't demand any compensation from us.
The venue was quite luxurious. We truly regret it.
Elora, I swear I'll be devoted only to you from now on, so please.
Annoying. After all your ridiculous dark actions, now you come crying? It's too late for that. Well, it's up to my father, I guess.
Guess Elora can't help you out, huh?
You all need to become more considerate people. Well, you can handle the rest on your own. Consequently, Ford faced formal disengagement from Elora. They had been cohabiting for about 4 years under the assumption of marriage, and Ford was charged with a hefty compensation for the breakup. All the expenses related to the wedding, including cancellation fees, were also billed to Ford. Liana, being the cause of the engagement's dissolution, was similarly charged with compensation. As it turned out, Liana's father was indeed the president of the parent company of my father's business. This catastrophic engagement breakup infuriated him, leading to serious business repercussions. As private matters often do impact professional relationships, my father ended up losing most of his business contacts. The company's performance declined rapidly, ultimately leading to bankruptcy. Consequently, our family was burdened with debt. Ford, who initially expected to marry into wealth, faced a grim situation due to his brief distraction. Had they not acted in a way that jeopardized others' happiness, they might not have found themselves in such a dire state. The four of them ended up living together to save on rent, but their differing values led to a tense atmosphere at home. They're now leading an uncomfortable life, working merely to make ends meet. Meanwhile, for us,
Lisa, you're really good at cooking. Please teach me sometime.
I'd love to. Are you doing okay?
Actually, after breaking up, despite the long cohabitation, I feel so relieved. And right after the engagement was called off, I landed a big contract. I'm going to be promoted to department head soon.
That's awesome. But knowing how hard Delora works, it's a well-deserved outcome.
I plan to work hard and find a boyfriend too.
Elora, your smile suits you best, right, Lisa?
Absolutely. Elora, you look wonderful right now. Elora remained single but lost nothing of value. In fact, she mentioned feeling refreshed, like having decluttered her life. Letting go of unnecessary ties likely made room for better opportunities. As for me, I married Noah as planned, but we can't afford to be complacent. Inspired by Elora's positivity, I'm determined to build a happy family life as a housewife. Seeing Elora's radiant smile invigorated both Noah and me with energy and motivation. If you enjoyed this video, we'd be thrilled if you subscribed to our channel. Subscribing means you'll receive notifications for new videos, keeping you in the loop with all our latest content. Your support is vital to our growth. Let's enjoy and grow together.